And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing 7 Days to Die. And we are working on our landscaping a little bit. As you can see, I have weed whacked the new area here. So this is all already and set to go. There might be one or two weeds that come up, but you can see now completely erased. And then over here, I filled this in, and this is still in the process of putting up some grass, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. And we're going to work on this little area over here a little bit. So this is our main driveway, and as you can see, I want to extend a little bit the concrete pad. And this will allow our mini bike, if it transitions from ground to concrete, to really be able to transition down a little bit easier. But from here, I'm going to go straight back. Do I have? I do. So these, I just want to make sure I will flatten these out just in case there's a little bit of ground we might need to dig out. But that doesn't look like there is. So the rest of these weeds can go, because I want to build a driveway out to the main road here, so it's a little easier to see where I need to turn. Because with that huge hill right there, I've been finding it's a little tough to see where we need to go. So I want to clear a good spot out here with our weed cleaver, and same with the other side. Plus, it's just good to tidy up the ground a little bit. Oh, we got a bird's nest here we don't need. Let's get rid of all of the weeds on this side, just to be consistent. I love this weed cleaver. So nice. So with that, we're going to come through here, and with our auger, which is why I kept the volume down. I don't want to overwhelm anybody. So let's see. Right in the middle, right here. So I need to take all 4 of these out. Straight back to the road. This auger is so nice. I just can't even describe how awesome this thing is. Oh, we got a little extra hole right there. It's the only thing that sucks when you're clearing land out like crazy. Sometimes you can poke an extra hole in the ground. But that's okay. I think I saved some forest ground on me, so I should have enough. And then we want to clear the gravel out. Now we got a nice straight shot all the way to the road. I want to go out 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. Okay, so that gives us that area. Now I want one more on either side. Okay, so there's one on this side. So now we can just... Oh, I was hoping I could run. It looks like I can't. Because I want this to really look like it belongs here. So we want to match the street as best we can. The main road network So that's it for the auger. And now we have gravel. Since the road always has gravel on the outside, we're going to match that on either side. Like this. Then we're going to place gravel on either side. And do I have any forest ground? I do. Now, asphalt, depending on your mining setup and depending on your XML settings that you chose, asphalt can be pretty rare. So you want to place it with caution when you're building. Because when you dig it up, all you get back is stone. You don't get any of the oil, shale that you put into it out. You don't really get anything back out of it that you put into it. So be very, very careful when you're building with asphalt. So now we've got all that stuff done. Now we can fill this in with asphalt. Be careful. I don't have to be too careful. I've got plenty of asphalt. So now that's the little edges. So now it's just a matter of filling the rest in with asphalt. So other building ideas, let me know in the comments. I read all the comments. So let me know in the comments if you have an idea for a build and you kind of want to see it happen. I've got quite a bit of materials. The only thing that I'm limited on right now is the decoration blocks. I don't really have access to all of the different type of interior decorations. And I watched the latest Alpha 16 preview, and it looks like they're going to completely overhaul the building system. And you're going to be able to literally paint blocks with textures on each individual side and really be able to be creative when it comes to interiors and all of that stuff, which is excellent news. I'm really looking forward to that. And here we go. We now have a proper driveway into our base. No more grass. So if we look at the map, you can see now it looks like it belongs. If you look at all these other POIs, they have little driveways leading up to them and all that kind of stuff. So it looks like this one is right perfect, right where it belongs. And I'm just waiting on these things to dry. Oh, there's another screamer. She looked like she walked right by me, and there she dies. So the other little quirk again is these bumps in the road. And while they're annoying, you can take care of them fairly easily. It just takes a lot of frames and a lot of patience to put the frames down, flatten everything out, and get it nice looking. Because, it's asphalt. It's not supposed to be all lumpy and stuff. I also wish it would be really cool if the asphalt in the game, it's understandable that it's all broken up and it looks old and worn. I totally understand and I agree with that. But asphalt that you place is fresh, and it would be cool if there was a difference between the two. So if you had your own asphalt, you crafted all of your own asphalt and you were able to build like a driveway like this, or if you really got ambitious and took it upon yourself to beautify Navezgane and repave the roads, you could pave them and make it look like fresh blacktop and really make it look nice. I think that'd be kind of cool. a little bit of an incentive there for creativity. I'm going to run out of these things. But yeah, now that this is getting all flat, I just got to pick up the frames, which is a little bit tedious as well. I wish you could get rid of those things. Those little, I don't know what they're technically called, but they're little like texture billboards or whatever. So now that that is completely flattened out, just go pick up all the frames here. This is part of the process. You know, a lot of people comment and they kind of want to see some of this stuff, so I got to include it sometimes. A little in-between episode specials, what I do. This is part of the game. I don't want to mislead people thinking, you know, stuff just happens magically. You got to put the work in to make it look good. It helps to have good tools and a lot of patience. There we go. We now have a beautiful driveway. Speaking of which, I can now use my handy dandy weed cleaver and this thing makes short work of the weeds. I mean, if I had to go around and punch all these, it would take half a day to clear all these weeds out. But with this little baby, it is very, very short. If you want to add it to your game, there's a link in the description regarding XML editing and adding the weed cleaver. And there is a download on the weed cleaver video that you can use to add it to your game. There's instructions and the XML that's required. Very straightforward. Would take 2 minutes. And you have your own little weed cleaver. There it is. All gone. That's quite a few weeds too. And now this is all lumpy over here. So I'm kind of wanting to not sure how far in it goes. There's definitely some lumpiness going on here. Not that it matters. I mean, in the end, it really doesn't matter. Just personal preference. It does make it easier to like plant trees on, because when you're going around and you're not paying attention, and let's say I'm planting trees, I'm walking, and all of a sudden I'm a different height, and if you're depending on your mouse, you could be pointing at a different block. So it's just a little bit wonky when you're trying to pay attention to something else, and you're constantly going up and down, up and down. A little bit wonky to pay attention to all of that. All right. Some of these areas are really tall. Kind of tell the difference between them depending on how far it drops, but some of these areas are pretty high up for being a single block space. I definitely want to plant some more trees. We're going to need a lot of wood for whatever building project we decide to do. So if you got an idea, if you wanted me to build a house, just, you know, make that known. If you want me to build a skyscraper, let me know. Or try to build a skyscraper. I don't really know how high we can go. But I I know that Gravestowne Heights building, that was quite tall, you know, something like 40 meters, 45 meters tall. So with this now wrapped up, I think I want to plant some trees so they can grow. They have time to grow. We did, speaking of projects in the works, all of our smelters are processed their first batch of concrete. So all of these processed the first 6,000 cement. So now we've got a full 12 times 6 stacks of cement to process. So coming down here, I've got a little bit of concrete I can put away, some stone, some sand. I don't know where the snowberry came from. Must have been part of that area I cleared out. I got a little bit of iron somehow. So the rest of this stuff, dirt, gravel, asphalt. So asphalt can go in here. Forest ground, gravel. I'll put the, yeah, I've got some cotton in here I can put there. Probably going to want to grow some more cotton too, in case I want to use the awnings or anything that's, any of the furniture that requires cotton. Okay, now we're down to plant fibers and snowberries. Good times. I don't need the auger anymore. That away. Nail gun and the weed cleaver. Can always craft another weed cleaver. I don't really need a whole lot of those. But now that this cement is done, I want to come up here and sort of collect as much as I can at a time. Looks like I'll be able to do at least 4. And then use my floor-based storage as a temporary stop for all this cement. So I don't have to run up and down stairs. I can clear these out. And we have a train. Oh, that didn't. So much cement. And that way I can access this below and grab the cement as I need to process it. Because these are almost ready to process the last 4,000 cement that they've got in them. Look at that. So we've got more cement now than we have space to put the finished concrete. That's a full chest, a full crate of cement with another 4 times 12 stacks ready to go. So I've got a lot of sand that I've been processing, getting ready, but you know, we can't process all that cement because it would fill this chest up and we wouldn't have any room for anything else. But I want to plant some trees, so let's grab 150 seeds and go out and plant. It looks like our harvest is ready to go over here at least. Lots of blueberries. It's good times. And let's kind of come over here and just pick an arbitrary spot to plant and try to do this well here. You have to have a space of 3 blocks in between. Oh, there's I go up a block. You notice that? That's what That's why I like to flatten all that stuff out. Place it. Once you have this first row in, it's pretty simple after that. So get the minimum distance between the two. There's another. This is where our house was right here. So with that, I can walk back and find the third there. Put my compass right on S. So I'm not walking back and forth. And just time it so you hit the mouse button right when you're lined up with the other block. You can see I'm a little low, so I need to go this direction a little bit. There's going to be a lot of trees out here. There's going to be a lot of wood growing. I want to try to get as much in this harvest as I can, so I don't have to do this very much. So now that those are, I want to make sure these are lined up. So I'll line myself up, hit the compass right on in, and then I should be able to just click them. There we go. Oh, we got another. Crap. I know there's some other ones. Where are they? We just didn't get a single nurse in that little scream fest. Or did we? Huh. That's weird. This guy's wigging out over there. Huh. That's like the smallest scream horde I've ever seen. Just one nurse? Wow. Not bad. So let's go over here and do the same thing. See, I'm undetected. That's amazing. I don't know if that's the exact spot, but we're going to go with it. Oh. Didn't place it. I must have changed altitude. Oh, see, I'm not perfectly lined up with S, which is why I was getting a little too close. Oh, there we go, up again. There we go. Nice even rows. Yeah, still no zombie. That's one nurse just spawned with that horde. It's a pretty weak horde there, Miss Screamer. Maybe it was because I shot her in the mid scream. I don't know. Oh, really? Use your guts as fertilizer there. This is a lot of trees. So far I've planted 50, 70, planted like 60 trees. It's not bad. It's a lot of wood. But it's going to take, 2 or 3 days for all of this stuff to grow. But once it is, we're going to have wood for quite some time. So I'll be able to build something out of wood or use it, or we're going to need all the wood for our concrete anyway. So again, if you have building ideas, let me know. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.